QuickBooks Online navigating the home page. This is Ken Boyd, the Accounting Accidentally website, and I wanted to start off our QuickBooks Online overview with a navigation of the home page because I think Intuit has created a great home page. So here's the page you'll see when you log into QuickBooks Online. You'll see I created a fictitious company called Ridgetop Clothing that I'm going to use as an example. One thing that's nice is that they give you the bank account information right here on the top right, which is always a critical thing, and it gives you your bank account balance, and if you hook up a credit card balance. You'll also see as you start to do things, add activities, that there will be a running history of what you've done recently. If you go across the top, if I hit on the plus sign, this says create. So anything you want to create, you can go to the plus sign and create it. So for example, customers, vendors, employees, and others. So they're grouped together in 4 logical categories. So if you want to create an invoice, you go under customer. If you want to pay a bill, you go under vendor. Vendors are people you do business with that you pay. Employees, obviously, and then other, including bank deposits, fairly common, making a manual journal entry. I will do a lot of journal entry work in these videos because I think it's easier to see than using a lot of the shortcuts. So that's the plus sign. I'm going to hit show less. What if I click on the magnifying glass? I can search for a transaction, which is great. Always tough when you're doing accounting to find transactions, so this is a nice shortcut. You can list the transaction number, the month, day, and year, the dollar amount. There's even an advanced search tab, which is handy. What is this here? Recent transactions. It's a little clock symbol that shows you your recent transactions. Then on the left-hand side, you'll see that we have the same customer, vendor, employee setup. Transactions, reports. Maybe the best feature of all of QuickBooks is all the canned reports, the canned basic reports that the system creates for you automatically. For example, profit and loss statement or your income statement, balance sheet, AR, accounts receivable aging summary, which shows all of your receivable accounts based on how old the invoice is by date. Very handy to know if payments that you're owed are starting to get old and you need to follow up on them. Expenses by vendor summary. How much am I spending with each vendor? Very handy. Report section in QuickBooks is amazing. If I go to customers, what you see across the top in blue, and again, not only the font and the layout, but the colors that they use in Intuit I think are great. So we have estimates that we've given people. Say you're a contractor and you've given $1,000 in estimates, that would be here. Work that you've done you haven't billed yet. Open invoices, that is unpaid, it says here in the last 365 days, you could change that. Overdue, depending on what you consider overdue, maybe in your business 90 days is overdue, 60 days. And finally paid in the last 30 days. So it's a nice visual of customers overall, and it can also be a specific customer and what their payment history has been. I'll be adding a new customer later in a different video. Vendors, same kind of deal, except this is you paying bills. How many invoices do I have open that I haven't paid? What's overdue? What have I paid in the last 30 days? Employees, probably the most difficult part of owning a business is the employees section. You can see that you have some nice visuals here on pay. In blue, it'll show how many people you've paid. Employee, employer, some great stuff. There's a link to get started with payroll. QuickBooks Online has a great payroll function. And finally, transactions. So this is where you can go into banking. Maybe you're going to post deposit. You can link your bank accounts. Sales transactions. What sales have you made? Expenses. Maybe I pay the phone bill and I've got to post an expense. And then your chart of accounts. And you'll see that for the business I created, Rich Top Clothing, I was given a standard chart of accounts here. And if I scroll down, you'll see that it's pretty extensive. And the way that a chart of accounts is always laid out is the balance sheet accounts are at the top, accounts receivable, prepaid expenses. Retained earnings and equity finish the balance sheet accounts, and then it moves into income statement accounts. See how these are income. Scroll down farther, cost of goods sold, and finally expenses are last, and that is the standard format for a chart of accounts. So what we've done here is to go over, if I hit the home page, a little tour of how to navigate the home page on QuickBooks Online, and we will go forward and create a balance sheet in a later video and then start posting transactions, pulling up accounting reports. Remember the Accounting Accidentally website? We've got tons of blog posts, links to my YouTube videos, webinars, all kinds of stuff. And the Accounting Ed site where you can get dozens of hours of high-end accounting instruction for a fee, for a subscription-based fee. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.